Okay, we are back on TCS NQT because this week is going to be very important. We have the TCS exam test on 27th of this month. Now, what this problem statement is to find a number which is non-repeating. That means for a given array, I have the array data. Out of this array data, some numbers are repeating. For example, -1, -1, 2, 2. But is it 3 is getting repeated? No. This is what the expectation is. For a given number, find the number which is non-repeating, right? Now, first non-repeating element in this array. If no such element is there, then return 0. That means, for example, this 1, 1, 1. So all elements are repeating, so it returns me 0 because I don't have any element which is non-repeating. And it is very important that, for example, 2, 2 is repeating, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 2, 2 is repeating, no more answer. 3 is not repeating, 4 is not repeating, 5 is also not repeating. But you need to find very first non-repeating number. Even though this answer is correct, this is correct, this is correct, but what we are expecting is the very first non-repeating numbers. Okay, I hope you understand the intention of this problem statement. This is one of the simplest, I can say, the problem it might ask in TCS NQTs. Okay, now how we can find this one? Let's consider I have the element as 2, -1, 3, and 0. This is my element in the form of arrays. So when I say in the form of arrays, that means these numbers can be repeating. If it is set, I cannot have the repeated data, right? So I am storing in the form of arrays. Arrays is represented using square brackets. Now index does not matter. What matters is very first element. If the very first element which appears to be non-repeating, return that element. I'm least bother about the index. This is 0 index, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Even though this is my answer, fortunately the data is 3 and index is also 3. So don't bother about the index. What we required is the data. Now how we can find this one? So we need a frequency matrix. What the frequency matrix will be having? Two things. Okay, first is my keys and values. Key is the data. Okay, for example, I have the keys as -1, 2, -1. No, -1 is repeating, so key cannot be repeating. So -1 will be having the answer as 2 because it is repeating 2 times. 2 is repeating. Is it repeating? No, it will be 1. Okay, again -1. No, we are not going to consider because the count is already 2. 3, yes, 3 answer is 1, but I will not take. Okay, and 0 is also non-repeating, but I will be returning this one. The moment the count is 1, I will return. So let me draw the table. Okay, this is going to be table having keys and values. Key will be having data and value will be having frequency. The frequency means how many times it is repeating, right? This is how many times it is repeating. Now consider my data is -1, 2, and 3, and 0 because I'm not going to store the keys as repeated keys. Only one key is enough. Value is my frequency. So what is the frequency of, I can say, -1? -1 is repeating 2 times, so I will be storing the value as 2. Now what is the frequency of this one? Yes, it is only one time, right? Now 3 is also one time, 0 is also one time, only -1 is repeating in this example. But even though the answer is, oh, 0 is repeating how many times? It is one time, so I will say this as one time. Okay, this is one, this is one, this is one. So out of these, very first is the 2. 2 is repeating one, so answer is 2. This is the first occurrence where it is non-repeating in the next going forward elements. Now, when I say I'm storing keys and values, what format with respect to programming? It is a dictionary, right? This is going to be a dictionary. How dictionary is represented? Using floor bracket or the curly brackets. Now what I'm going to do is one for loop for num in my array. Okay, this is colon, that means starting the for loop. So this number, check whether it is present in the dictionaries, right? For Java people this is called the map, but in Python it is calling as dictionaries. If this element is present, then increment with 1. For example, initially what is the value of -1? Let's consider this is -1. Initially it will be 1. Okay, I'm here, right? Let me draw. I'm here now. -1, so there is no data for this one. I will erase this. Now next element is, what is the next element? 2. So I will write 2, count is 1. Okay, now I reach here, right? Now next element is again -1. So check in the in the dictionary if this key is present. Yes, it is present. It was having value 1. If it is having value, then add +1. So I will be saying +1 here because it is repeating one more time, right? Now coming to the next element, 3. Is it there in the map? This 3, is it there in the map? No. That means I will create a key and value is 1. Now next element, this 3 is done. Yes, next is 0. This 0, is it there? No. I will add 0 and the value is initially 1. So this is done. This is one time iterations. Okay, to create a dictionary having the keys as the data and value is, what is the values? It is frequency of that element, which is the count of that data, right? So only two checks. If the key is present, increment, otherwise keep on adding 1. For example, let's consider I have one more time 3. So by the time I reach here, I will check this one. Is it there? Yes, it was there with value 1. So I will add +1. If I am having the data 99, is it there? No. That means I will create a key and the value is 1. So once this map or the dictionary is done, then repeat. Now I'm no more going to iterate the data, right? This is done already. Now pay attention on this part. What is that part? This part, right? This part is where I'm going to see from this dictionary. If the value is 1, stop. I got the answer, right? Is it value is 1? No. Is it value is 1? Yes. Got the answer as the data is 2, count was 1. So return that and you have to return. That means you have to break the for loop, right? So what is that? You have to repeat for loop. For now number in, what is that? Array. Okay. Now if the count is, this is my count of that number equals to 1. Yes, this is what the count is. Count is my dictionary. If the count value is for this number is 1, yes, return number, right? And exit from the loop. So let's jump on the coding part. What is that? This is going to be simple. I'm going to repeat. This is what the dictionary is. This is my dictionary storing keys and values, right? Key, I am iterating one by one. Yes. For example, let's consider this one. So iterating one by one is -1 first time. Yes, I will check whether this is having the values. First, I am getting the data from the dictionary, right? This is the very first time I'm adding. So I will initialize with 0. If there is no values, then +1, it is 1, right? So the value will be 1 if there is no values. Now next element, what is this one is done? 2. This is 2 first time. Yes, 1. Now next element is, this is done again -1. Now if I say again -1, if you get the values, it will return the values. What is that values? -1 value is 1. So instead of 0, if I don't find the key in the dictionary, I will return 0. Otherwise, I will return the respective values, right? So it will return me 1. Now 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So this is going to update, right? So I am no more 1. It is going to update with which value? 2 values, right? Now next element, what is that next element? This is done. Now it is 3. 3. First, I will check whether the 3 is there. If I don't get value, I will return 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. So I will create 3 as the value and key, and the value is 1. Next element, what is that next element? It is 0. So 0 is not there. I will create one more. Okay. 0 and the value is 1. Now we are done with populating the dictionaries. Now next part is I'm iterating the dictionary. I'm not iterating the data. Data part is done for populating the dictionaries. Next, now iterate the array element. Okay. Again, from this array, fetch the dictionaries. This is one way. Okay. If the value is 1, yes, return that. Okay. Now again, I'm iterating the arrays and fetching the values. If the value is 2, no. If the value is 1, yes, I'm going to return this one, right? If we maintain the order of the keys, then no need to iterate the arrays. Directly we can iterate the dictionaries, right? Finding the non-repeating character from the list. In the next video, we'll see one more simple problem from TCS NQT perspective. Prepare well. The exam is on 27th.